right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. We're going to give it a few minutes and let others log on. We start at 6 o'clock. Welcome to the Building Block School for the Art Vintage Radio Today Players presentation of Jack Benny No Script. If you are familiar with the Vintage Radio Today Players and you've seen any of our shows, drop us a comment and let us know that you're back to see some more. We can't wait to get back here at the theater live. But right now we are all remote, and we have been remote since May. All summer long, we did a program every week. And then starting in August, we did 5 shows with Broadway On Demand. And now we're back, Facebook Live. Really super excited to be here. So drop us a comment. Let us know that you're here and that you are ready to see the show. If you are from another state, let us know where you're joining us from. Libby, have we got anybody?
We have 2 and then we have 1.
Oh, okay. Don't leave just because it's me. Hang around because we're going to have the show very shortly.
0.
Yeah, 0. No, 0. Wait, come back. That's good. Also, after the show, if you would like to make a donation to the Building Block School for the Arts, you can head over to our website, www.buildingbblockarts.com. And there is a link. There's several links on that page. There's a link at the very top, and then there's a donate button towards the bottom. And then all the way at the very footer of the page, there's another link. It'll take you to our PayPal, and you can make a donation there. You can also make a reoccurring donation if you would like to do $5 a month or $10 a month, or $1,000 a month would be great, right, guys? All right, well, let's go ahead and get started with the Jack Benny No Show.
That was Grounded in Galveston, played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to bring you that master.
Hold it, Don. Jack isn't here.
Can they hear us?
I just saw him just a few minutes ago. Where is he?
He just went in the other room to talk to his writers. Boy, is Jack burned up.
Well, those 2 guys get away with murder. They never have a program till the last minute.
Well, I'm going in and see what's happening. Gee, he's always having trouble with his writers.
Now look, fellas, if I told you once, I told you 5 times, you gotta have the program written before we go on the air. Every week, we just barely make it, and now today, look at what happened. No script at all.
Well, what are you worried about? Yeah, it's only Saturday.
It's not Saturday, it's Sunday, and there's no excuse for you guys not knowing it. I gave both of you calendars for Christmas. I knew this would happen someday.
Backtrack. Well, we were stuck this week. We didn't have no inspiration.
Oh, you didn't.
Mother said there'd be weeks like this.
Well, tell your mother that I'm paying you to work. You're working for me.
And that's another thing. We want more money.
Well, you certainly picked the right time to ask me. You're getting plenty now. Why do you want more money?
We want to get a room tonight.
Now,
I
cut
want to get
that
a
out.
room.
Fine team of writers
I
out
was
there.
worried about that line.
I've been looking for you all week. Where were you?
Free.
You're not supposed to be in Palm Springs. You're supposed to be here with me.
Come on, Jack, we're waiting for you.
Be there in a minute. Now look, fellas.
Daniel's taking a nap.
Hey, who's the name?
That's Mary
Sit
Livingston.
up.
She's on the program. You've met her at least 400 times.
Oh, yeah, that's the girl we write for, Eddie. You're Eddie. I'm Bill.
And I'm Jack Benny. Glad to know you. Now listen, fellas.
Jack, you better hurry up. Let those dreamboats alone.
I told you, Mary, I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
And stop whistling at her. Now look, fellas, we're on the air, so I'm going out and do the best I can. Meanwhile, you stay right here and prepare some kind of play for us.
Okay, boss. Hey, how about a murder mystery?
A murder mystery?
You know where a guy comes home and finds his wife in the arms of another man.
Door opens. Now I got you.
Why, Julius, what are you doing here?
You know what I'm doing here. I didn't go to Scranton at all.
Julius, put down that gun.
Oh no. Oh, bang. Ah,
Cut it out.
bang.
Ooh,
Cut that out.
Bang. Oh,
Cut that out.
bang. Ah,
Cut that out.
bang.
Cut that out. Write it up. Write up anything. Look it, fellas.
What he really
Write
said was,
anything.
now
Just so
cut
we can
that
have a
out.
program. Now bring it in as soon as possible.
Okay, give me the pencil, lady.
you got it, Bill. I gave it to you yesterday.
Oh no, I gave it back to you.
Yeah, but after that, I put it in your pocket.
Here, use my pencil. For heaven's sake, get started. Now go to work. Darn those guys. They go to Palm Springs, and I have no broadcast.
What's the matter, Jack? You having trouble with your writers again?
Yeah, Don. Every week they're getting lazier. And now tonight, no material at all.
Well, why don't you fire him, Jack?
He can't. They dug up a photograph of Jack when he was in 3rd grade.
Well, what's wrong with that?
He was the only kid with a handlebar mustache.
Oh, it was just fuzz. You can hardly see it. Anyway, that picture has nothing to do with my writers. If this ever happens again, I will fire him.
Well, what are you worrying about, Jackson? If you ever get stuck for material, well, I'll be glad to let you have my author.
Your author?
Yeah, the guy that writes all my funny stuff for me at the Wilshire Bowl.
Oh, fine. Phil, you're always bragging about your writer. I've been to the bowl 1,000 times, but I've never seen him.
Well, who do you think parked your car?
Oh, so that's your gag man. Well, the next time he points at my Maxwell and says, "Didn't I see that in the Grapes of Wrath?" I'm going to run him right over. Say, Dennis.
Yes, please.
There's one guy that doesn't have to worry about material. Script or no script, he comes through with his "yes, please." Well, Dennis, as long as we're stuck here, how about having your song right away?
Why don't you and I ad-lib a little, to and fro?
To and fro, eh? All right, Dennis, I'll start it. Who was that lady I seen you walking down the street with?
Yeah, seen.
That's some ad-libbing. I think you better sing, Dennis. At least it'll be better than having... Come in.
For delivery from Mary Livingstone.
Right here, boy. Give him a tip, Jack.
Here you are, buddy. Say, you're rather old for a messenger boy, aren't you?
You're a little late for Betty Graver yourself, bub.
And I had to give him a 50-cent tip.
Gave him a dime.
I gave him a quarter. I know what I gave him. Who's the letter from, Mary?
It's from my mother in Plainfield.
Well, this is one time I'm glad to hear from the old lady. Yes, sir.
What's that say, Mary?
Listen to this. My darling daughter Mary, just a few lines to say hello and thank you for the small check you sent me for Christmas. It looked like a refund from the gas company.
Boy, is she mercenary.
By the way, Mary, we have a new address now. We had to move from the old house on Elm Street as the landlord is not nuts about your sister anymore.
I thought your sister was all set to marry the landlord.
Yeah, she was a plump to put on that bathing suit.
Well, she should have thought of that.
We had quite a time moving the furniture. Your brother Hilliard tied the piano to your grandfather to keep it from bouncing off the truck, but it bounced off anyway.
That was a brilliant idea.
You should have seen your grandfather. He looked just like a toothpaste ad with those white keys sticking out of his mouth.
More things happen with your family.
Your father likes the new house much better than the old one, as it has swinging doors.
Oh my goodness, they moved into a saloon.
And Mary, I must tell you about New Year's Eve. The whole family went to the...
Mary, we've had enough of that letter. How about a song, Dennis?
Okay.
The whole family went to the midnight show of Jack's new picture.
Mary, we've had enough of... Oh, hold it, Dennis. What was that, Mary?
The whole family went to the midnight show of Jack's new picture, Love Thy Neighbor.
Well,
We weren't in the theater 10 minutes when your Uncle Lou was thrown out for taking the title seriously.
he's just the type.
No more news, so we'll close with love to all. From your mother, Sugarfoot Livingston.
Sugarfoot. I wish she had a program so I could write her a letter. Let's have your song, Dennis. I'm going out to see how my writers are coming along. If they're stalling... Sure, fellas. I know it's a good title for a murder mystery, but where's the play?
Well, we got a lot of good ideas, but we can't write them down.
Why not? I gave you a pencil.
Yeah, but there ain't no lead in it, see?
Oh, there ain't no lead in it. Give me that pencil. Look, fellas, you turn this little knob here and out comes the lead. It's an automatic pencil.
Oh, yeah, look, you turn this knob and the lead comes out. Hey, that's good, let me turn it. No, I don't want to turn it.
Come on, just one.
I've turned it already. All you gotta do is put the pencil on a piece of paper and push it a little. Now, please write that mystery play, will you, fellas?
Okay, Bob.
Boy, if I ever get my hands on that picture, I'll fire them so fast they won't know what hit them. Well done. It'll be a few more minutes yet.
Yeah? What do we do?
I don't know what to talk about.
Me neither.
Gee, well, there must be something we can mule over.
Mule over. I'll bet $10 he meant mull.
No, mule. Let's kick some ideas around. Ooh, that turned out to be good.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Well, there you are, Jackson. Why don't you hire me for your writer?
Because I hired you once for a band leader, got gypped, and now I'm disillusioned. No, I guess we'll just have to stall around until my boys get that play written.
Gee, if this was television, you could take your teeth out and make like Popeye.
That's very funny.
Remember when you dropped him at the hockey game in New York and the Rangers made a goal with him?
Harry, that wasn't my teeth. That was my cigarette case.
Well, it sure snapped open.
All right. There's no use trying to keep this up. I'm going to see if my writers have got any. I'll take it. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Rochester, I can't talk to you now.
But it's very important, boss. It's about Mr. Billingsley, our boarder.
Billingsley, what about it?
Well, I've been telling you for months to get rid of him. He's getting crazier every day.
Oh, he's just a little odd, that's all.
Odd or even, call it in the wagon.
Oh, you just don't like him. What's he done now?
Well, you know that mechanical man he was building?
Mechanical man? Oh, you mean that robot?
Yeah, remember you said it would never be practical?
Uh-huh.
Well, that ain't your cousin Boo Boo walking around the kitchen.
Oh my good. What's the robot doing in the kitchen?
He's trying on the frying pan. I think he wants a new hat.
Now, Rochester, this is no time for joking. I don't want that big mechanical thing roaming around my house. Aren't there any buttons to control it?
Yeah, there's 3 of them. When you press the first one, he knocks you down.
Uh-huh.
And when you press the second one, he picks you up.
I see. What happens when you press the third button?
He goes, woo!
What?
Then he slaps you down again.
Well, watch out. That thing is dangerous.
If he comes near me again, I'm going to take a sledgehammer and beat the batteries out of him.
Well, there must be some way to shut it off. Now look, Rochester, I'll be home right after the broadcast. In the meantime, don't go near the kitchen.
I'm calling from San Diego.
Well, you get right back, and I'll wait up for you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Gee, I never thought that mechanical man would work. Well, I guess I'll have to raise Mr. Billingsley's rent. He's got a roommate now. Play something, Phil. I'm going in and beat the gags out of my rider. Now look, fellas, look at this page. The word is murderer, not moiterer.
Well, a gangster would say murderer.
I'm not a gangster. I'm a police captain. Read your own script. Now, fellas, it's time for our play. So I'll take what you've got and bring the rest in as soon as you can. Give me those pages.
Please give me those pages.
All right. Please give me those pages. Now concentrate, will you, Bill and Ed? Gee whiz, kids. Fine thing. Drama on the installment plan.
Well, how's it look, Jack? Are we going to play tonight?
Yes, but we'll have to do it without a rehearsal. Here are your parts, kids. Now, let's see. I'm going to be Captain O'Benny of Police Headquarters. And Dennis, you'll be my assistant, Sergeant O'Day.
Oh, thanks.
Well, welcome. Mary, you're going to be the widow, Mrs. J. Malcolm Smith.
The widow?
Yes, your husband has been killed, leaving you $3 million, an estate on Long Island, and a yacht. And you're all broken up.
Why? Does the yacht leak?
No, you loved your husband.
Oh.
Now let's see. Bill, you'll be the family physician. And Don, you're going to be the bugler.
The bugler?
Oh, they must mean butler. You're the butler, Don. Well, so much for casting. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the feature attraction this evening, the Benny When We Act, You Better Act Like You Enjoy It players will present an original mystery drama entitled The Murder of Malcolm Smith, or Although He Wasn't Drafted, He Was Drilled. Say, that's not a bad title. I think I'll get the boys a room tonight. Well, let's go, fellas. La, da, 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 da. Oh, hey, Sergeant O'Day.
Yes, call?
That's Cap. Did you answer the burglar alarm at the Acme Lumber Company?
Yes, sir.
Well, were there any suspicious characters around?
No, the furniture movers told me they hadn't seen anybody.
Furniture movers?
Yeah, two fellows with a safe.
Those were the burglars. What's the matter with you anyway? I'll take it. Hello,
Loud.
police headquarters.
Hello. This is Mrs. J. Malcolm Smith talking.
Yes.
My husband, J. Malcolm Smith, wealthy stockbroker of New York, Palm Beach, and Miami, heir to the millions left by his father, has been killed.
That's shocking news, Mrs. Smith. Are you sure your husband is dead?
Definitely.
We'll be there in 5 minutes. Goodbye.
What's up, Chief?
Wait till I hang up. Malcolm J. Smith, the stockbroker, has been murdered.
What's the J for?
Jazz boat. He sold neckties on the side. Come on, let's get going. This is an important case, Sergeant O'Day, and we're going to find the murderer of J. Malcolm Smith, or
what?
nothing. We're all out of script. Hey, fellas, hurry up with the rest of this, will you? Play something, Phil. Fine writers. They couldn't even finish the sentence.
Come on, pages, Jack.
Thanks. Now go back and get to work.
We got a unit. We're going to eat.
Not until you finish the script.
Okay, Blue Eyes.
Even my writers notice them. Now let's see. Oh yes. This is an important case, Sergeant O'Day, and we're going to find the murderer of J. Malcolm Smith, or my name ain't Captain O'Benny. Yeah, I could have thought of that myself. Let's go. Come on, open the door. This is the police. Open up or we'll break it down.
Yeah, down.
Come on, Renee, let's crash it. There goes my cigarette case. There it is.
Good evening, gentlemen. Did you ring?
I'm Captain O'Benny at police headquarters. We're here to investigate the murder of J. Malcolm Smith.
Yeah, Jay.
Quiet, you. Where's Mrs. Smith?
She's in the library. This way, sir.
Come along, O'Day. You stick with me and make notes.
How do you get the lead out of this pencil?
Look, you turn this little knob and out comes the lead. You're as bad as Sambo and Tambo. Here we are. Pardon me. Are you Mrs. J. Malcolm Smith?
Yes, Captain.
Tell me what you know about the murder of your husband.
Well, we were sitting here in the library listening to the radio when all of a sudden I turned around and there was my husband on the floor with 5 bullet holes in him.
Did you hear any shots?
Not one.
Oh, come now. You were listening to the radio with your husband, 5 gunshots ring out, and you don't hear them? How do you explain that?
Phil Harris's band was broadcasting.
Make a note of that, O'Day.
Oh, cupcake. Oh, cat cop. Okay, cool.
That's okay, Cap. There's nothing to it. Now, Mrs. Smith, I want the truth. You really hated your husband, didn't you? You hated him.
No, I loved him. I tell you, loved him.
Then why aren't you crying?
The doctor told me to cut out salt.
You can't fool me, Mrs. Smith. You murdered your husband because... Oh, fine. We're stuck again. All right, Phil. This is embarrassing. Hold it, Phil. All right, boys. Some more pages.
Here you are, Speedy.
Thanks. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Now listen, Mrs. Smith. You murdered your husband because there's another man in the case. Now tell me, who's your lover? Who is he?
What's going on here?
Hello, darling.
Hello, dear.
Aha! The other man? What's your name?
My card, sir.
Dr. Philo Q. Harrison. What's the Q for?
What else?
Now listen, Harrison. I don't think you're a doctor at all. Where did you study medicine? Madison, Wisconsin. I thought so. Now come clean, you. You're this woman's sweetheart, aren't you?
Why, that's ridiculous. Incredible. Jonathan.
Now cut that out! You two are responsible for the murder of J. Malcolm Smith, and you're under arrest.
You can't do that. You can't prove we done it.
Oh, yes, I can. I know your motive. You killed Mr. Smith because... Oh, nuts.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting for the finish of this thrilling murder mystery, why don't you run down to your neighborhood grocery and ask him for a package of Jell-O? And if you would like a copy of Jell-O's wonderful new calendar of desserts recipe book, just send a dime, 10 cents, to Don Wilson, Battle Creek, Michigan. And be sure to do it today.
Hey, fellas, we're stuck again.
Here you are, Sugar Puss.
All right, let's finish this. I know your motive, Dr. Harrison. You've killed Mr. Smith because you're in love with his wife. That's the truth now, isn't it?
No, I didn't do it. I didn't kill him.
Oh, yes, you did. You're guilty of murder, Harrison. Murder. And you're gonna hang for it.
No, I didn't do it. I didn't kill him.
Oh, yes, you did. You're guilty of murder, Harrison. Murder. And you're gonna hang for it.
All right, I confess. I did it. I killed him. I killed him because I hated him. And I'm glad he's dead, you understand? Glad.
Gee,
Not bad, eh? I'm gonna win me an Academy Award for that one.
you'll hang for it. Come on, you two. Slap the handcuffs on him, Sarge.
I didn't bring him with me.
Oh, well, never mind. It ain't believable anyhow. Play, Doctor.
If you haven't yet sent for your copy of the brand new recipe book, The Calendar of Desserts, do so real soon. It's a beautiful looking book that you'll find a pleasure to own. And let me show you how downright convenient it is to use. Suppose, for example, that you're trying to think of an idea for tomorrow night's dessert. With this new recipe book, you simply open it to the page that contains desserts suggestions for January. And there, under January the 26th, you'd read about a delightful Jell-O treat called Raspberry Shard, a combination of luscious raspberry jam and rich crimson raspberry Jell-O. That's all there is to it. You simply name the date, and this clever book suggests the dessert. There are 365 dessert ideas in this swell book, a different one for every day of the year, including all kinds of pastries, puddings, cakes, and cookies, and many, many desserts made with bright, shimmering Jell-O. So send for your copy now. Do it tonight.
This is the first number of the 15th program in the current Vintage Radio series, and we will be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. And say, boys, this play turned out all right, but next week, will you please try and have the program ready before we go on the air?
Okay, boss man. Oh, wow.
Well, what can I do? Good night, folks.
All right, I confess.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Round for proud.
Now cut that out.
The bubbler. The bugler.
And Don, you're going to be the burglar.
The bugler.
I said burglar, didn't I? And Don, you're going to be the... you. Good night, folks.
All right, thanks so much for joining us tonight. If you would like to make a donation, you can go to buildingbblockarts.com and donate on the PayPal donation button. There's about 3 of them, I think, on that front page. And until then, we will see you the first weekend in February. We're going to be airing the live stream of Jungle Book. It's a pre-recorded show that we did last year that we're going to re-air so that everybody can see it. And then the third Sunday of December, we will be back on with a Valentine's Day special. I'm sorry. What month is this? January. February. Yeah.
We're still in January.
Okay, but next month, the third Sunday of February, we'll be back with Vintage Radio Today Players. And it's a Valentine's Day special, and I can't remember what it is right now, but it's going to be good. I know it is. Thanks so much again for joining us, and have a great night.